Fine. So the subject is biomedical signal processing. So as I said, today we are going to see. I'll just introduce you the syllabus. Later on, we'll go to the actual topics with introduction of the subject. Now as per university scheme, 3 hours of lectures per week, and the assessment pattern as usual: 30 marks phase 1, 70 marks phase 2. That is the in-sem and the end-sem examination. And the course objectives listed as per the university pattern: to understand the basic signals in the field of biomedical, to study origin and characteristics of some of the most commonly used biomedical signals like ECG, EEG, evoked potentials, EMG. There are signals than this, we'll see later. To understand sources and characteristics of noise and artifacts in biosignals. I will just read these objectives. We are going to discuss all these things. To understand use of biosignals in diagnostic, patient monitoring, and physiological investigation. To explore research domain in biomedical signal processing. To explore applications of established engineering methods to complex biomedical signal problems. So these are the objectives as listed in the university curriculum, and these are the course outcomes. So after you go through this subject, you will be able to model a biomedical system. You will be able to understand various methods of acquiring biosignals. That means the different types of electrodes, where these electrodes should be placed, how they should be processed, and so on. You will be able to understand various sources of biosignal distortions and their remedial techniques. You will be able to analyze ECG and EEG signal with characteristic feature points, have a basic understanding of diagnosing biosignals and classifying them. So these are the outcomes as listed as per the university curriculum. Now, to become familiar with the syllabus, I will just go through unit by unit to give you the exposure to the topics which we'll be covering. So the unit number 1, it is about biomedical instrumentation system. So here in this unit, there are actually 2 broader points. First one, in the first part of this unit number 1, we'll be studying about. So what are different types of bioelectric signals? Now bioelectric signals means this ECG, EEG, and so on. Then so actually this ECG, EEG, these are the electrical signals generated by our body. Now what is the mechanism, how these signals are generated, what are the basic things behind that? Those are called as the biopotentials. So origin of biopotentials we'll learn. Then we'll see in short what are all these different types of signals: ECG, EEG, EMG, and so on. Then after that, I will introduce you the biomedical instrumentation system. Many times this is called as man instrumentation system. So what exactly is this man instrumentation system? How it is different from our normal instrumentation system? Those things we will study here. It will be just an introductory topic. Then the types of transducers used in biomedical applications. Electrodes. What are the different types of electrodes used for biomedical applications to measure all these different types of signals and their characteristics. Now while measuring these signals, actually the magnitude of these signals, it is very small, millivolts, sometimes maybe few microvolts also. So because of that, they are susceptible to noise. Then we'll see what are the sources and contamination of noise in biosignals. So what are the different different types of noise in these biosignals, and why those types of noise occur? So that we'll see here. So this will be first part of unit 1, motion artifacts and so on. Okay. So first part of the unit one, it will be about bioelectric signals. Then it is about the biopotentials. Then motion artifacts and skin impedance. So this is our unit number 1. Then in unit number 2, we'll study cardiovascular and nervous system. Okay. Now the terminologies you might have heard this. Cardio means it is related to heart. Okay. And nervous system, it is about the brain and the all different types of network of nerves existing in our body. Now, both these systems are very important. Cardiovascular, it is the system related to heart, and nervous system, it is related to the brain signals and the various nerves in distributed throughout our body. Now, this system generates some electrical signals. Okay. So, what are those? Now, before studying these electrical signals generated by cardiovascular system and the nervous system, you should know how actually our heart works. What is the basic principle? How our heart works, how our nervous system works, and how it actually produces some electrical signal. So actually our subject is biomedical signal processing, but that means how to process biomedical signals. But before processing the biomedical signals, you should know what is the origin of these signals and how these signals are produced, right? So that's why it is necessary to know the basic working of cardiovascular system and nervous system. So unit number 2, it is about this. So there are 2 parts in unit number 2. First part, it is the cardiovascular system. So introduction to the heart system. What is the heart structure? What are the how the pumping action takes place in the heart? What are different types of valves, right? The different types of arteries. Then how the heart functions. So what is the pumping action taking place done by the heart, and the electrical signals generated by the heart, how the electric signals are generated, and what are the corresponding graphs for that. We call it as ECG, electrocardiograph, the electrical signals generated by heart muscles called as electrocardiograph. Okay. Now, then what are the lead configurations to measure ECG? Lead configuration means, lead means these are the terminals, the wires. So how these wires are connected, what type of electrodes are used to measure this ECG signal, which is finally given to some ECG machine, and what are heart sounds. So all these things we are going to learn in this first part of unit number 2, that is cardiovascular system. Now in the next part of unit number 2, we'll be learning about nervous system. So here we'll see the basic functioning of nervous system, what is the structure and functions of neurons, and electrical activity of nerve cell. So how these nerve cells produces electrical signals. So what is synapse, reflex action, receptors. So this is our second part of unit number 2, that is nervous system. So unit number 2, as we have discussed, it is the introduction of how our heart works, how the electrical signals are generated by our heart and nervous system. What is the functioning of nervous system, and what are the how the electrical signals are generated by our nervous system, and how they are measured. Okay, so that is this unit number 2. Then after studying unit number 1 and 2, then we will proceed to actual signal processing. Okay. So unit number 3, it is about cardiological signal processing. Now in unit number 2, we will be studying the basic functioning of our heart, how the pumping action takes place, how the electrical signals are generated. We call it as ECG, that is electrocardiograph. Right. Now in this unit, we'll see what are the characteristics of ECG, how this waveform of ECG looks like, and the processing, the signal, what type of information this ECG signal contains, and the corresponding processing of this ECG signal. So that we'll see here. So the points are like this: ECG signal parameters and their estimation, use of multi-scale analysis for ECG parameters estimation, noise artifacts, ECG signal processing, baseline wandering, power line interference, muscle noise filtering, QRS detection. This ECG waveform, it is classified, it is divided into different parts. So Q, R, S, these are the parts of this ECG signal. So how Q wave is detected, R wave detection, S wave detection, and so on. So that is called as QRS detection. Then picture points of ECG and its classification of normal and abnormal state using multi-layer perceptron. So the ECG signal, when it is recorded, how to classify it, whether it is a normal ECG or there is some abnormality in that. So that we'll find out using multi-layer perceptron. So this is about cardiological signal processing. Then unit number 4, it is about neurological signal processing. So in unit number 2, we'll be studying the basic working of our nervous system, how our brain and all the nerves inside our body, how the electrical signals are processed, how the electrical signals are generated, and what are their characteristics. Okay. So in unit number 4, it will be about the processing of neurological signal. So the signal generated by our neurological system, it is called as EEG, electroencephalograph. Okay. So we'll see what is the structure of the brain, how the signal, that means how the EEG, electroencephalograph signal, it is acquired. Now to acquire this signal, we'll have to place different number of electrodes on our brain. Right. So what is the system, or what are the techniques to place the electrodes? So it is called as 10-20 electrode placement. 10-20 electrode placement. So this is actually the technique where how to place the electrodes to measure this EEG signal and what are the corresponding locations. Then the characteristics of this EEG, how it varies as a signal. So EEG rhythms and the waveform, categorization of EEG activity, and the recording techniques and applications of EEG. So from this EEG signal, if you process this, the outcome of this EEG signal processing, you can conclude many things. What are the abnormalities in our brain, normal functioning of our brains, or are there any disorders like epilepsy, sleep disorders? So these type of disorders can be predicted by processing this EEG signals. Then what is the brain computer interface system and its component? How to interface the computer with our brain? Then EEG signal analysis will be using Fourier transform to analyze the EEG signal. So how to use Fourier transform for analysis of EEG signal. So all these things we'll be studying here. Unit number 4, that is neurological signal processing. Then next one, unit number 5, it is the analog signal processing. So here, now in unit number 3 and 4, as we have seen, it is unit number 3, it is specifically devoted to cardiovascular system. That means the ECG signal. And unit number 4, it is devoted for EEG signal. That means the signal related to brain. Actually, apart from this EEG and ECG, there are many more electrical signals which are generated by our body. For example, for our eye, we have EEG, electro-oculograph, EOG, that is EOG, electro-oculograph, the signals generated by our eyes. Then our body muscles generate signals, so that signal is called as EMG, electromyograph. So like this, there are different types of signals actually generated by our organs. But in our syllabus, we'll be focusing mainly about ECG and EEG. That means the brain signals and the heart signals. Okay. So that was our unit number 3 and unit number 4. Now in unit number 5, we'll discuss about the analog signal processing required to process this biomedical signals. So here we'll see what are the basics of instrumentation amplifiers, isolation amplifiers, which are useful for biomedical equipments, grounding techniques, shielding techniques, these things. Then design of filters for biomedical field, basic design concept, low pass and high pass filters. So band pass filters, band stop filters, band reject filters. So all these, the fundamentals of all these filters you all might have studied in digital signal processing. So here we'll study how to use these filters to, in case of biomedical signal processing. Okay. Then in the later part of this unit number 5, we'll study adaptive filters. What is the basic concept of adaptive filters? Principle of noise cancellation model, removal of periodic events using adaptive cancellation, then adaptive cancellation of maternal EEG, ECG from fetal ECG. This is one actual application of how this signal processing can be applied for real-time applications. So what this means is that during pregnancy, the fetal, the child, when this ECG is measured from the heart of the mother, it will consist of heart signals produced by the fetus, that means the child. Now, by measuring that ECG, we can apply some signal processing techniques, and we can separate the maternal ECG from the fetal ECG. So that is actually one of the real-time application, how this signal processing can be applied here. So this is what is analog signal processing. What are all analog things we have studied in the earlier semesters. So we will see here how these things can be applied for in case of biomedical signals. Then digital signal processing. So the digital signal processing, that means all this frequency domain representation, stationary, non-stationary biosignals, waveform detection, sampling theory, and so on. So FIR filters, IR filters, how to apply all these digital signal processing techniques in case of biomedical signals. So that we'll study here in short. Computation of diagnostic signal parameters of ECG like heart rate and QRS detection using multivariate analysis like PCA and ICA. So how to use PCA, that is principal component analysis, ICA, that means the independent component analysis for heart rate, and QRS detection. So that we will study here. So actually, whatever subject you are studied, a digital process, signal processing. So in unit number 5, you will see how to apply all those concepts for to process biomedical signals. So this is our unit number 6. Okay. So this was about the syllabus, all the 6 units. So first 2 units, it is about the first unit, it is the introduction to biomedical signal processing, the instrumentation system. Second unit, it is about the cardiovascular system and the nervous system. Third unit, we have seen the processing of cardiovascular signals. Fourth unit, it is about the nervous system, functioning of nervous system, and how the nervous system signals are produced. Then the unit number 5, it was about analog signal processing, how to use analog signal processing concepts to process biomedical signals. Then unit number 6, DSP, that is digital signal processing. All the subject what you have studied till now, digital signal processing, how to apply those concepts for biomedical signals. So these are the 6 units we'll be learning here. It's a very interesting subject, practical point of view, practically to apply for some projects like that. Now the books I am listing here, these are the books which are prescribed as per university. Now apart from this, you will find many more books available. So first one by Joseph Carr and John Brown, Introduction to Biomedical Equipment Technology, published by PHI. Second one, it is by Rangayan, Biomedical Signal Analysis. The third one, Biomedical Signal and Biomedical Image Processing. So these are the textbooks prescribed by Mumbai University, textbooks, prescribed by Pune University. Then the reference books, Khandpur, Handbook of Biomedical Instrumentation. This they have repeated actually, reference book as well as textbook. Then third one by Bruce, Biomedical Signal Processing and Signal Modeling, Bioelectrical Signal Processing and Cardiac and Neurological Applications. That is by Somo. Then fifth books by C. Reddy, Biomedical Signal Processing Principles and Techniques by Tata McGraw. The first book by Khandpur for unit number 1, to begin the subject, you can start with this book by Khandpur. This is actually an instrumentation book, but our subject, it is mostly about signal processing, biomedical signal processing. But for unit number 1, you can refer this book, the first one. For other units, the other books will be useful. And time to time, I will tell you the type of books to be referred for the actual topic when we will cover those topics. So this is about the introduction to the subject, the content, what we'll be studying here. textbooks and the reference books. The last one, it is by Tompkins, Biomedical Signal Processing. Okay. Now, again, over to you. Okay. Now, if there are any queries from you related to the subject or in general any queries, how to study this subject or the material and so on, we'll discuss for a few minutes, and after that we will wind up. Now, earlier at the beginning of this lecture, I asked you some question. What is the reason for selecting this subject, biomedical signal processing? Somebody, yeah, Dipali Kale has typed her reply in the chat box. I will just read it. Health is most important part of our life, and this subject teaches me how we can connect electronics with biology. That's why I chose this subject. Yes, correct. So actually, in our 4 years of engineering, first year and second year, we just learn very fundamental subjects. Okay. Then third year onwards, we start a little bit applications, and the more application oriented subjects actually begin introduce more application oriented subjects are introduced in the final year, but it is again just the introduction. So the actual field, it is actually after graduation. After you complete your B, then you will come to know that I have just learned the little part of everything, and later on you have to develop yourself, you have to choose your area of interest and start working. Now, the various areas of interest or the different fields related to electronics, one of that, it is biomedical engineering. So in the next lecture, I will discuss more about this. So biomedical engineering, that means actually when we study our why we're actually this is just you can say this is a medical thing, right? Medical, but nowadays each and every purpose, medical diagnosis, even for treatments and for surgical for surgery operations and so on, everywhere we are using electronic equipments now. So that's why electronics is very important in the medical field, and there is a separate branch. There are some undergraduate courses also at B level, biomedical instrumentation or biomedical electronics or biomedical engineering. These are various branches in engineering. So you can choose some of these branches in your post graduation or for your higher studies. Okay. So whatever electronics we learn in the till third year, most of the electronics we actually apply for health applications. And whatever we are studying in this subject, it is actually just an introduction. So actual field, it is very vast. So if you as you go further deeper and deeper, you will come to know. Okay, so just to give you exposure about this field, this subject has been introduced. So to make it more interesting, read some standard books. There are a lot of good videos also available on YouTube. You'll understand, the concepts will be better. And apart from preparing for exam point of view, try to learn knowledge point of view also, so that you will create more interest